Hello and welcome back to Neyyah. We were getting ready to go in here. We had gotten different journal things. I'm trying to remember that. There it is. Yeah, we've gotten all these and we're trying to get into the basement to where the secret offices are. So the lower level led me through the pier and down an elevator. Okay, and we've got a key in our inventory. Find what you need in my secret office at the Peita factory to get access to the rest of Neyyah. So that's what we need to do. So that's what we're working on, is getting into the basement here. And I think we were going to open this door and go in here. So let's I tried turning down the background sound a little bit so it wouldn't be so loud because it is very, very loud. Little thing. Okay, so I am honestly forgetting. Okay, we have this mask, and I'm not sure where to use that. We use the salt on the journal. So, and I think we looked at each of these things. That's where we got the gas mask. These ones were all attached, so we'll go through those. We know that we can't get down into the basement through this little... The lever at the central take in the factory is activated. Where is the central take? I don't know. About this. Oh, look at this. Okay. That's what I need. Just activate that. There we go. Oh, okay. This is where I want to go. How do I put on my gas mask? I have it. Can't go down there? ski site. Door lock system code required. Activation panel. Oh, am I gonna have to match all these? Okay, so this one is the... Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and find out. I am gonna have to go back and I didn't take notes, and I knew I should have been writing that stuff down. Okay, so this one. But I understand, and that's what it is. This one is the mind part. This one is this. I'll match all this stuff. Okay, so this one is going to be that shape. That's what it was. Okay. And this is the tower. And this is the mine. And this one that I'm sure is going to be next. This is the office branch. We didn't have to worry about going that other way? Guess not. Okay. Wow, look at this. This thing. It's like a gun. I want it, but it won't let me have it. I don't know what that does. And this is a door that leads to somewhere we're not ready to go to yet. Oh, look at all this stuff we have to look at. Okay, let's start here. What on earth is that? Fazeltian flora, the Neyyah plant Pilar. Oh, okay. Oh, and the fauna. Flora and fauna. Nylaxum, zephyrfish. Okay. Cool. We'll use that when we need it. What's over here? Anything important? No, just more books. This thing? Oh, it opens up and we get a donkey. Ooh, that's cool. A donkey. Okay, we have a book. And this is the Vamir's journal. Secret office on Falitsu. Okay. You can read that at your leisure. Well, I'll go ahead and read it. Although I have salvaged the pale-tish head statues from the pillars, was it right for me to agree to having the only remaining Kayenti building demolished just for the sake of experiments? The Falitsu plants are vital in my plan to eradicate Smolix's obsession and pollution of the Paita technology. This natural power could be a way to save Olujay before it is too late. Perhaps the creepers will come after me next. I might end up feeling them wrapping around my ankles somewhere on a beach, hating me as much as they hate that wretched Regulium metal Smolix keeps choking this place with. It's almost as though the land knows. Neyyah knows Smolix can smile for now, knowing he has ridden more of this once beautiful world from another slice of its history. But not for long. I have made some space in an old storage area at the back of my secret office at the Paita factory, taking away some of the pallets that were once used for storing the crates of freshly powered Paitas and placing the statue heads there. Okay. I didn't have the heart to dump them at the bottom of the ocean. Everything else in this once beautiful world is crumbling, is crumbling, is just crumbling. Crumbling into the ocean as it is. Maybe Aryan will release her vines on the Falitsu Dome now, knowing I am trying all I can to preserve what is left of the Falitsan world here in Neyyah. I did smile at the little present my friend Unter sent over to me the other day, a prototype of what would later become the Falitsu Dome itself, demonstrating the mechanics and operations of the rotary system. I think it will serve as a nice ornament in my office at the Paita factory. Work has progressed nicely on the lavendish crystals, with the alterations made to one specific lamp. Perhaps that prototype model will come in useful for making sure certain things are kept safe. The Falitsu root experiments are important. I must protect them. The biggest concern I have is the longevity in the Fleetsu Dome's operations. Smolix was quick to examine the mechanisms of the Fleetson gun towers, how all cogs would run together in order for the towers to rise and the Zalumi two-top chamber shutter to lower. He simply stole what he needed from the Fizeltians and did not require much assistance from the magicians at the Ronaldo Temple at all, apart from the installation of the giant Kula crystal at the top of the dome and the Falitsu plant pools inside. The rotary shell works fine considering the designs and operations of the mechanism, but it's cumbersome and unstable. I will be pushing for a more stable dome to house the Falitsu plants, especially if any of the dome structures are built for further experimentation. I've made further developments to the old rail cart system that leads to the Emili portal tank. The entrance to the underground rail cart works well, even after all these years. The Fizeltians knew how to devise very secure doorways to areas of great importance. What concerned me was the portal itself. To make any further repairs faster, I have marked the area in which the portal has been built under the water. I can resume work much easier this way. Okay, so it's marked like that. Pelska portal activation code 4231. I have decided upon a mixed use of Fizeltian floral symbols and constellation numbers to enter the code. My book on Fizeltian flora came in handy. The bunker teleportation console is also ready. I must be prepared to use this once it is activated by the sensors at the Neyyah heater chamber, as Smolix will start his descent to Neyyah. Once I have opened the console, I've concealed the code in a far-away safe place. I was sitting with the Niluka one morning before I set out to Neyyah to complete a list of errands. He translated one of the Paleoltish clan's names into Galahanti for me. Belilka. And so that's a B-E-L-I. So that's part of the alphabet. This is one of those moments that really pushes my desire to generate systems in which to teach the sacred coded language of the Physeltians. Not that Smolix would approve. However, when I have a prototype ready, I intend to share it with Neyyah. I'm sure he would be very keen to try it out. I would also need to keep it on a distant, faraway location. I have made 2 keys which will unlock the new mechanisms I have installed access across Neyyah. I've given one to Mason, the other I will keep here in my office at the Paita factory. I left the Ronalda temple the other day, having discussed the recent Yoplish portal devastation at the Paita factory. Smolix wasn't at all happy, disregarding the portal's once useful activity as a mere means to an end. So many areas of the Physeltian world have been transformed into platforms to give power to Smolix's use of new Olujarian technology. Upon activating the microphone frequencies at the old gun tower on the Lavendis zone, the sounds emitted there, I'm going to have to review this as I need it, brought tears to my eyes. It was almost as if that sound belonged to the mourning of the departed Pelskas, or even the pain of the lost Physeltians seeping back into Neyyah from the depths of their prison, the Quilivion. I am so close to finding it now. Soon I will be able to put my mind at rest. My work on Neyyah will be done. I have just finished installing the new lever system for the water pump shed at the Scalerti Towers. I've made sure the key Unter has provided is kept far away from any prying eyes. I've considered bringing the key here to the secret office at the Paita factory, but having precious items hidden in different locations will keep things more secure. I'm uncertain whether the old guard station on Galorfiak Mines is a good place for keeping things protected, considering how close it is to the main lab. However, I doubt Smolix will have much intention of snooping around in old Physeltian areas. Wait for the page to turn. Wow, this is long. The elevator at the Felici Dome has been shut down. I understand Smolix's frustration at this. Even so, the Pelska vines will consume the entire dome before long. I warned him countless times not to use Willidium metal. Those vines will enshroud anything Smolix pollutes Neyyah with. I just hope I can speed up work with the Felici roots before this happens. I'll replace the button as soon as I can, but the vault cabinet on Felici Island must remain accessible in order to retrieve the correct symbol for the Mayorta gas system at the Lodvik Tower. That reminds me I must fix the cabinet's sensor. All other 3 sensors seem to be in good working order. I have to discuss with Televa my suspicions excuse me, regards the galufium that Smolix has concocted from the Nyashka spores. Okay, this is really a lot of reading that I don't think we really get right now. So I'm just going to skim it. Okay. Yeah, this is really long. Oh, how to trap Smolix. Okay. Oh, and then this is just telling me where areas are. Felitu Island. Oh, these are the Pulska portal active point locations. At the beach. The dome zone above the plasma door entrance. Okay, so these are going to be important to look at some point. Okay, what is this? And I'm not done exploring it all. Okay. Now, is this the rotation sample thingy that he was talking about? when it gets to 1, but I don't have anything to put in there right now, do I? Okay. And then we have a bunch of papers here. Oh boy, my dear Vamir, I write to you from the top chambers of the Ronaldo Temple below the Bonazzi Eye Tower. You know what I feel, Vamir, as I breathe in the dying breath of another day in this floating rock. I feel an emptiness that has continued to suffocate my people for far too long. It is sunset now, and the Bonazzi have started to disappear. Their wings like black sets cutting through the expanse of reds and magentas that bleed from the sky. Their shrieks, I can hear it, their shrieks. They crave for something else, to them. Don't you feel this way too, Vamir? We are so similar to the Bonazzi, you and I. We crave for that something that belongs to us deep down in our cores. Alas, we have been parted from them for so long that we now mourn in the darkness, finding solitude only in the shadows of what could have been. The very thought of holding the Palladian again snatches me from my hours sleep. Yet I cannot find it, so I mourn just like the Bonazzi. I feel them cutting endlessly into the soulless twilight of what has become of my existence, our existence. You are fortunate to have found me indeed on Neyyah, Site 28, and let me assure you it won't be enough to quench the thirst for what your soul really craves. The shrieks of the Bonazzi will be flying around your head for too long. This leads me to the matter I have been meaning to approach with you for a good while now. Alas, the search beckons. The rituals at the Ronaldo Temple grow fiercer each night, and Kerhalti Volca stirs within the white pool of the Lothlorian portal. I've been preoccupied, to say the least. Nonetheless, it comes to my attention that your Bonazzi eye portals have stirred quite a fuss here at the Ronaldo Temple. Quakes from the dead pit have been interfering with various experiments currently being conducted by my high priest. I am sure they are onto something, a new development in the speed in which the Paita and Lavendus crystal react together, and in doing so generating enough power to pierce a glimpse into the heart of the Lothlorian portal. However, amidst all this progress, your decision to have separated the entire Felizu Island into 5 separate zones is causing more trouble than it was worth inviting. Yes, I understand why you required the dome to be separated, due to the rising sea levels and the increasing temperatures of the Felizu Island disturbing the Felizu plant growth. I trust your decision and have approved your experiments with the Felizu roots on multiple occasions, and as I too agree that the group could provide a suitable power source for our people throughout the city. This way the Paitas can be manufactured for the primary intent of being used at the Ronaldo Temple, furthering memory. Wow. I am also quite surprised by the results of the Bonazzi eye portals. While the original main islands of Neyyah Site 28 remain fairly stable in their allocated areas across Vamir, I believe through our technological advances we have achieved great things. I am aware you had a big part in overseeing this work, and I congratulate you for it. Inspired by the Vulcan machines, right? Or however you spell those things. Considering the filth littered across Neyyah Site 28, is there much point in separating more of the place? And to what end? Built all this technology only for one rich island, and most of it serves no purpose for the production of Neyyah spores. The Paita factory is crumbling into the ocean along with its ancient forgotten history. A mangled corpse stinking of old magic smells and disgusting physiology ways. The ways of our betrayers. I think sometimes you'll do well to remember that. I'm putting a stop to any further separations you may have in mind for Neyyah Site 28. Your focus while you're stationed there is the Neyyah plant, harvesting the spores and preparing for delivery back here to Olujay. Put to rest those notions you fabricated on protecting the world whose people, may I remind you, deceived us and tried to destroy us. If it wasn't for me, we might never have had a chance of being rid of this godforsaken place. For now, I will continue to maintain the Bonazzi Island. I will also have talks with Terran mechanics to see if I can have some of those new blue lavenders crystal portal system positioned around the Valencia dome to repel those disgusting green seaweeds. I do advise you start equipping yourself with the new Binoxi portal bracelets while being stationed out in Nyashka Site 28. 9 a.m. always wearing, I am always wearing one now. Oh, so we can get a bracelet instead of going through the portals. They don't work very well within the confines of an active Jaloo. They are incredible at teleporting anyone back to the Ronaldo temple from great distances away. A lot of the other Nyashka site station workers have these. They provide emergency teleportations directly back to the Ronaldo temple. In case any Jaloo's malfunctioning, or in your case, ending up trapped. Sorry, short interruption there. A lot of the other Nyashka site station workers have these. Okay. So, in your case, ending up trapped in a Fujitsu Island zone linked beyond broken Binoxi iPhones. Of course, we could power them back up from our end, but I could not say for sure how. Long this would take. Also, they save us a great deal of hassle. No longer will we have to fly men out to escort trapped workers back to Olujay. When team meetings are required, or if I need to bring all workers back in case of an emergency, I can override the teleportation system and bring the bracelet's occupier straight back here to the Ronaldo temple. Of course, I will give you plenty of notice before doing so. The bracelets also help me keep a tally on how many workers there are out on the Nyashka sites. I have attached a bracelet with this letter in case you wish to use it. I do hope you understand my decision. Regards, ceasing work on the Binoxi eye portals. We should be targeting our sights towards finding the Quillineon and leaving the rest of the Zalta to rot within the dead pit it has become. With that, I bid you farewell. I shall retire behind the walls of the Ronaldo temple, if only in desperation to rid the shrieks of those hungry searching Binoxi from my tired ears. I do hope they'll never haunt your waking hours as much as possible. Okay. So, where's the bracelet? Aha. Kaila Pete is still in development. After several attempts at powering old Fazalti devices, I am very satisfied with the results. The Paita shell, created from bell and metal and a combination of red, blue, orange Paita shell, seems to withstand the forces of the bell transmission quite effectively. This means I can conceal these devices if I was ever required to do so. While there are still alterations to be made, the Kula Paita version 2 will enable me to power areas of Neyyah that aren't assigned to any of the new models that Smolix has created, and will certainly any contraptions to bring to Neyyah. May the late member of the Pale Tish clan forgive me for disturbing the tradition of their rituals, the essence of their energies, the energies that they reworked until finally giving birth to the power of the Paita. While I pray that there are survivors from the clan, I hope they will never set eyes upon the abomination I have released upon their technology, despite my own satisfaction for my work. If I can rekindle a flame remotely close to the beauty of their magic, then I can be rest assured they are watching over me, guiding me, and if any survive, well, I hope they will look kindly upon what might just be an old fool's toy. Okay. notation system. Let me read that as I scan it. So this is, I guess, when we're ready. Be towards the end. So I'm going to have to review, I guess, when we're closer to being able to capture it. On your to-do list. 231. So that's Is there anything else we can do about it? What is this? That's something I need. Oh my gosh, there is so much to read around here. What is this? Salt dispensing unit. Salt cauldron. Pipe from water tank. Oh, that's where we got the salt. Salt that is stored for a week tends to work best for uncovering my latest ink formula. Okay. That we already knew about because we've been done it. Oh, okay, so this needs the salt. No? Ah, there we go. The Neyyah portal pump. By means of traveling to the Bellatron temple, but when the Neyyah portals were severed, I'm not sure how easy it would be to get back there. And if Smolix discovered what lay beyond the temple's high walls and the blue glowing mass of the gigantic flowers, the Bellatron machine must remain hidden. I've devised a new holster for keeping the detachable pump line stable while the multi-portal tank is either being drained or filled. Unfortunately, any further developments have come to a grinding halt, but I'm sure both myself and Hunter will successfully strengthen what is already. Wow, this is just so much reading. And nothing that really makes sense of it. Here's it defines you down. That's all of that. Oops. Is any of this other stuff something I want? This is just ink. Yeah, that's the ink. So it's a T and an I don't know. I mean, this is just too much information. we're going to have to come back here and show. Because look at, then we've got all of this. The Philippolite gun tower. Cavendish crystal. Fleets are done. I think our first goal is just to get all the quarters up, isn't it? It's just, my mind's getting overwhelmed. It's just too much information all at once. Okay. So what am I going to do next? That is a big question. Okay. So I have to get the portals activated somehow. What is this over here? Oh, here's all the little guns. Okay. I'm not sure. Those are like bullets or something? I'm not sure what those are. Oh, this is the code. 4321. Well, we're going to worry about all of this when it's time to worry about all this. And I don't think that time is right now. I guess they load the cannon. So when Smollett attack him and okay. Let's get these portals activated. Okay, so I had stopped recording while I was going around and looking at things, and I came back to the store because I was like, I've got to figure out that code. And so then I got to looking at these, and that code is a combination of triangles, and then the last thing is some kind of a flower. So I was looking at these and I was like, oh, look at that, it's 2 triangles like that. This one is 2 triangles like this, and I thought maybe that has something to do with the code. Because this one is 2 triangles like this, and this one is 2 triangles like that. So I came back to the door, to this little thing, because I was like, I've got to figure that out. And that's what it was, except for the last one was a plant symbol, and I honestly, because I had already figured out all the other 4, I think it was probably that plant they're all worried about, Philippe soup plant or whatever. Anyway, I got it open, so here we go. us to activate. So now the portals are all activated. Okay. Portal data retrieved. Portals online. Excellent. So now we can do the portals we did what we were supposed to do. So that much is good. We got that much done. So now it says I can use G, main goals, find the secret portal to escape Neyyah. I think that's the underwater one. Find out how to operate the bunker teleportation system in order to trap Smolix. So those are over. Gain access to the lab HQ on Galliforic Mines using the spare key. Oh, okay. Using the map development book, go to the locations marked with the symbols. So is that where we need to go next, is the Galliforic Mines? And use the spare key. Okay. So that's what we'll do. We'll go to the Galliforic Mines. Now we've activated the portals. So that's exciting. Yeah, this is where I want to go. I'm going to enter the mines through the back way. I do believe. And now I've got all these other portals activated. This is the mine. All of them are activated. Something to do with this thing too, the way that the rotations go. Okay, so I noticed on the rest of this that my voiceover wasn't very loud. So I'm going to speak over what little bit you might be able to hear. I came through here and I was like, what is that button? I don't remember ever seeing that before. And I think I would have noticed it the first time through if it has been there. I really don't think it was actually there. So it brings us up here. It's not always here. And I have no clue what all of this is. I think it's associated with those little pods that it talked to us about, that you can find at like the beach and those other little areas. But I'm not sure. It's got this. And it looks like you have to put a scale reading in. I'm not sure what that means. Falitsu pod. And then it's got that little symbol. And this one, same thing. Falitsu pod root test. It's got a different symbol. So that must be something we're going to figure out later on, because right now I'm not fully understanding it. So, and my main goal is just to get to the mines and the secret lab there for the old office, and maybe that will fill us in a little bit more. So, back down, and we're going to head out to the mines. But I swear that was not there. I would have noticed it. Sure. So I tried turning down the background sounds on this, and it just doesn't seem to work. It still overwhelms my voice. So either I need to get a new mic, or something. But I'll figure it out. So we're going to head back to the mines using this little thing that takes forever. But I found out how to skip the recording. You know, the what am I trying to say? Whole thing. Playthrough of it going. If I just click, it goes there. So that was good. So we're back at this little section here. Now, what did I say I was doing? Okay, so we need to go to the mines and get into the old office. And it took me a moment here. Okay, so I'm not always real fast on the uptake, but it took me a moment here to realize that that little control up in here was controlling which door would open. Because I was wondering, okay, how am I going to get back into the mines? And I wanted to go through this little door. Because I thought it was going to take me to the mines. It's got the little mine symbol on it. But it doesn't. And I tried and tried and tried, and it's just not going to. So I realized that this is the room I was talking about. And wherever that's pointing is which door it's going to open. Why I went downstairs, oh, I think that I thought at the time that this little machine down here opens up. And apparently I'm going to be putting something in there, but I haven't figured out yet what that's going to be either. So I think I have more reading to do to get that whole thing figured out. But at this point I still thought this had something to do with unlocking the door too, because in my old dense way I didn't realize that it was where that other thing was pointed. You see, that's pointing at different symbols. So there's something I'm going to have to do there too, and we'll figure it out. Looking all over the place trying to figure out what does what. And I just don't know. Big failure. Did not work. This is where I started to realize, oh, it's where that thing is pointing as to which door it's going to open. So now that'll open the mine door. That's the same symbol. And I'm thinking at this point that's going to get me into the mines, because it hasn't dawned on me yet. It's really going to get me into the mines. And I guess at some point it's going to, because it brought me to this little cart. Which I didn't remember seeing before. Just taking an overview. There's a cart down there too. This is a section I hadn't been in before. Where's the other mines? And I'm going back out here. And I meant to go here. I'm still very confused as to why I can't get back to the mine. These controls. Switch them over to that door. And I did turn on the fast travel because doing all these clicks and slowness between things was just getting to be too much for me. Now we can go over here. Redirected power to this door. Because I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. I was confused. But I was like, okay, this is not where we want to be. But I remembered in the letter, the long thing where he said, make sure you close the door to the mine or he'd have access to all of this island. So this is something we're going to have to do towards the end of the game. Close it. So he can't get in here. We're not at that point yet. We're still trying to get all this figured out. So where was the mines? On out to the main area. And then I realized, oh, I can go through here if I wanted to. That portal's active also. I have no clue where it's going to take me to. So we'll wait on that. too far. And then I'm thinking, oh, I can go back to that other area and try this one. I'll tell you, it's much harder when you're not using any of the clues and you're just doing it. And then this was a whole different area. I was like, wow, look at this. Got all kinds of different colors. A green one and a yellow one. And I really wasn't sure what they all meant. Come up here and look around, and I really didn't have a clue. And there's the blue triangle. I don't know where that's going to take me, but I'm still thinking, no, I just want to get to the mine. So I'm going to go back the way I came. There's a red one, which is where we came. And after much wandering, I ended up back here at the cart and was trying to get it to move, and it still wouldn't move. And it doesn't go that way either, of course. Stubbornly trying to get it to move. I'm actually just clicking anywhere, desperate to get something done. Okay, so what do I have to do? Then I realized, oh, there's stairs that go down there. So I'm going to try to get to those stairs and go down to it. But I was having trouble getting to the stairs. Interesting little view there. I'm like, okay, we gotta get to those stairs. I know I can go down them. I've got to be able to go down them. I just keep trying that. Oh dear. I'm just having a hard time getting to the stairs. There we go. So this is the thing that must power the cart. And I've got to figure that out. This takes something from my inventory. I'm not sure what. So maybe it's a fuse of some kind. One of those fuses, maybe. Which don't seem to be working at all. Oh, but there's a note here. Mason, the cart systems won't operate until the portal activation generator has been powered. Please let me know in advance whether you need to use the carts, and I will sort out the activation for you. Also, I've had to extract the fuse from this cart for the time being, but the Jalude's fuse should suffice. Vamir. So I'm thinking a Jalude's fuse isn't that thing that I came on, got here on, called a Jalude. And can I get back into it and get a Jalood fuse? So let's head back that way. So I can go back into it and get a Jalood fuse. So back to my Jalood. I am just slowly starting to grasp. Like I said, I'm not always the quickest on the uptake. But I'm slowly starting to grasp how the world works, what things are called, where we're going. So here's our Jalood, and I'm thinking, how on earth do I get into it? And I had tried pushing those buttons before and they didn't do anything. But now, let's try it again. And look at what happens. Up it goes. Which is something it hadn't done before, but that's okay, we'll take it. Come in here and guess what? A Jalood fuse. I was right, I actually got it right. So now we have our Jalood fuse. We can head back to the cart. We need to go down there and put in the Jalood. Have everything, yeah. Okay, one, head on out here. This guy startled me. You little guys. Beauties. Oh, that's okay. That way. So this has a bunch of those little portal thingies that they had talked about. Kind of cute little animals. I wondered if I could get in there. There's one there that I'm having trouble getting. Oh, I can. There's birdies. Plenty of animals here. Oh, that's where one of those things are. Yeah, that's one of those thingies. Yeah, but it's broken. So we can't use it. Okay. I don't know. We got all that. Is that the detection thingy that it was? It's going to detect it when that this thing, what's his name, goes up. I'm not sure what I want to put there. Okay, back into the mine. And here we are finally at the mine, except I can't access it because this is the back door to the mine. And this is the one that I need that code for. No? It's just, I don't only try once. I'm going to try many times. But it just doesn't want to open up. Not that one either. Okay, so we're not going to get in this way either. But this is when we, I think when we peeked through and we saw it. I'm not sure. That obviously is. That is some kind of a satellite. Whoops, I went too far. Oh, this to lead a portal to return to the Galafic mines. So the triangle. Okay, so it was this way. So what he told me was to get back. So it wasn't that one, it was this one. That was it. Use that portal, the yellow with the, okay. It's that one. Okay. So this is good. What's this? the spare key.